Office of CoS is a personal office to President, that is Chief of Staff. This is GBAJABIAMILA. I'm still trying to understand the story that is going on, but I've not really grabbed it. It doesn't have power to create agencies. Oseruvoja. Legal practitioner TUOYO Oseruvoja has argued that the office of the Chief of Staff to the President does not possess the constitutional authority to establish government agencies or commission, describing the office as one created to support the President in carrying out administrative responsibilities. I don't even know why they have so many offices that are not necessary. Chief of Staff, special advisors to this. All those special advisors, what is he doing with them? Are they not also admin? What was his name? Bayo Nonuga. He's almost like an administrator. So why is he having Chief of Staff again? And this man now, he said he created an office for somebody. There was a key witness. The key witness that knows about everything that transpired. He died in his hotel room and all of that. And I'm like, the person will be witness, don't already buy. So what's in remain? It is expecting that in an interview on News Central, Oseruvoja addressed the controversy surrounding the alleged creation of a government agency and explained what he described as the constitutional limits of the Chief of Staff office within the Nigerian presidency. Oh, a lot is going on in this country. So who now created the agency? Who authorized it? The agency was getting its own budget allocation. And now they are saying they don't know anything about the agency. So how was the agency created? They had an office. People were going there. It is very low. This country, there's a lot. It's only this one that we have known. Now, who knows how many agencies other people have also created that are not recognized, but they are getting allocations. It is well. Jordana was also who created the agency and by who, and who authorized the funding of the agency? Who in the upper or lower houses supervised the budget defense? Because they are getting budget. So, where? Who they transfer of funds without scrutiny of funds of such magnitude? I wonder. They are sending that kind of money to an agency that is not recognized. But meanwhile, it is there. They have an office. And you don't know. It is well. Daniel Salif says, just imagine corrupt animals defending fraud, illegality and crime. This country can never be repaired. Chubi says, the FG will never set up an independent panel of inquiry because everything in the dark will come to light. Exactly. And some people's secrets will be exposed because I'm sure this is not the only one. This is not the only one. An entirely embarrassed president himself will run away. GBAJABIAMILA are not clean in this. No, not clean. It is well. Abubakar says, we all know the theoretical limits of the Chief of Staff's power, but the reality of Nigeria's politics is simple. Proximity to power is power. Even the president's lapdog can rule the room. Exactly. So it's probably obvious that he's not the only person that is doing that kind of a thing. His own secret don't exposed now, but they'll try to make it die down because if not, their own tools will be exposed. Ibrahim Bukar says, because the CAS office has budget every year and is still direct and functions as a federal government agency under presidency. The office was created for public funds embezzlement and their nemesis was exposed. Daniel says, the big question here is who entered the agency in the 2026 budget? If it was not created of FG, how was the agency able to get allocation? Exactly. Opened account with CBN, own office at Federal Secretariat. But GBAJABIAMILA doesn't seem to have good character. I remember better he was fingered, but the usual denial swept the matter under the carpet. The same way they will sweep this one under the carpet. Because they said one witness already, they don't buy. So they will sweep it under the carpet. Before you know, you'll not hear anything about it again. People say, so why did COS stir up this matter? It should have allowed those it is their responsibility to act. It would have come out as witness. John Okondi said, who cares about constitutional authority? It's all about impunity and arrogance by those in power. Look at the sitting protocol at any presidential function. The COS sits ahead of ministers, even though it's an unconstitutional personal staff. Imam Eduru says, God has exposed the cabal and rings of the presidency who are bent in looting our treasury blind. There's no hiding place for criminals, drug barons, certificate racketeers, and fraudsters from them southwest in Aso Rock. Or like there's a hiding place for them. Okay. Thank you, Mr. Oserovoja, and thank you indeed. But the pertinent question are, how did the agency in question got our funds approved by the budget office and then passed by the national assemblies? Then who are those who approved the agency and the employers? What was the role of the head of service and the office of the chief of staff in this scandal? It is well, Makari said, when a discreet investigation is carried out, you will all be put to shame, all your corruption will be brought to daylight. And that is when they want to do investigation. What makes you think they will do investigation? Did you? John Duka says they are now indicting the president without knowing it. Ben Adabu says, go and sit down to have constitutional for First Lady office. Why is she spending government money up and down when it affects your own? Now you are defending him. At Bashir Bala says, so tell us how you did it. My name says, is there any need for too much grammar in a confirmed zoo like ours? Anything can happen, believe me, and or not, the only language this idiot understand is to grab and run away with it. With this set of hopelessly clueless idiots, constitution or no constitution, written concern and bureau with overload. Now the more to them now, load go suffer around. Vitroko says, Mr. Legal Practitioner, who then created the office, I just hope all this nonsense ends one day. Liars and thieves. I thank God everybody will buy one day. Nelson Odo says, Una go explain it unless Una confess. Patrick said, Honorable GBAJABIAMILA, you can't escape from this very scandal. No matter how smart or vicious you think you are a goner. Bet me. Uli buruku. Gina Shagadi says, take it or leave it. Mr. President is behind this agency creation, because how can an agency be created and you don't know? And the agency is getting an allocation and you're telling us you don't know. Who is not approving the funds? It is well. Patrick says, whoever submitted this must be partial or pretending. In Nigeria, the office of the CS is a powerful one that can influence anything. Nobody should hide this man because of tribe or personal interest, because the corruption doesn't know tribe or religion. Abraham replies and says, correct. Office of the Chief of Staff in Nigeria is respected more than Minister's office. GBAJABIAMILA won election into the House of Reps. He dropped it for the present position. Something is fishy. And I really hope that we get to find out, or maybe this is going to be swept under the carpet again. My listeners, don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Thank you for listening. See you some other time. Bye.